How
He
do
was protecting his mom from I think they were doing like a riot or something.
There's pictures of that, that's where Noah was taking us, why don't you guys open up to that just so you can see it? What page?
I think that was a little bit packed.
Justice, you're on that page.
Page 49.
Yep, right where Noah had said. Why don't you open up to page 49,
And there's
everybody?
like a newspaper about him, and then all the adults,
Yeah.
the adults joined the march with
All the adults
children.
to witness his.
So every time the adults go to the march, so they could get more power, so they could go to get the right to vote. Because from that death, that people were like sad mad. So when the adults joined so they protested with Jackson's murder because they were sad mad.
I believe that's true, but you left one more thing out. That they were doing the walk because
Because Jackson was murdered.
yeah, they
That's what
were
I just said.
rioting for Jackson's murder. Well, fighting for Jackson's murder.
Mhm. Other thoughts? On Jackson's death, on these protests, on the jail cell conditions. Remember, one of our goals group is to add on to other people's thinking. I think you all have feelings about this.
I feel sad for Jackson because he was protecting his own mother to do the right thing.
If he got shot, wouldn't it go through a human's body?
No, with his intestines, no.
Alright.
Jocelyn, you were gonna say something.
For the jail cell, going back to that, it made me kind of mad that there was a sick girl in there with him. It's not her fault, it's just that when they gave him the broom, the police officers, because they said it was dirty, they broke the window, and
Yeah.
yeah, that, and the police officers paid attention because they broke the window, and that made me kind of mad.
Anyone else feel mad about it?
So, kind of sad about the girl who died because in the jail because when the Jim Crow laws were like still going around, whites didn't care about the blacks because they're racist about them. So they didn't care about the blacks, so they just left the blacks dying in the jail. So when they broke the window, they went to this iron jail. There was no lights at all, no windows. It was like all dark and heat. So every time the blacks go in there, they can't see anything. So the whites didn't really care about it.
Other examples, Noah, Justice and Noah are bringing up the Jim Crow laws and how it's making them feel, and Jocelyn added on some ideas too. Other examples of those Jim Crow laws, this ability to be legally racist without getting in trouble. Other examples in the text where you can see that this is happening to these people. The size for Jimmy G. Jackson's murder and the jail cell conditions. Other examples. I know some of you on your graphic organizers noted different examples. No, go.
Did you say this yet? That she the first time she went to jail when she was 14?
So what's important about that?
Because nobody should be going to jail when they're 14 years old. They'd be putting them in like a boarding cell. That was like like a real like a jail, not a holding cell.
Thoughts on that?
I agree with that, so I'm gonna add on to yours, because when she was going to jail when she was 14, because it was like Jim Crow law, so every time she joined the march, they arrest the blacks, and sometimes they sent them to this Selma camp to far away from their own home and get education or go to this jail for a long time in this bus called Selma camp. Because we only do that at nighttime because there's barely any people could see it, seeing the nighttime. Because our eyes, you're science kids, our eyes, one could take light but not dark because we can't see in dark because we need light to see it.
So thinking back to her being put into jail and knowing it, and Justice are explaining how that makes them feel and they don't think it's fair. Why was she sent there? That's kind of important too.
So when she was sent there because of the march, because the whites didn't like the march and they were racist about it. When they were racist about it, they hurt the blacks because they don't care about the blacks and they hate them. So they just hurt them so badly that they hate them. Just hurt them.
I would like to get that they would just hit them and the blacks wouldn't fight back because they were trying to prove that they were good people.
Can you say more about that? Who was leading that charge, Jocelyn?
Jim Crow? The Jim Crow?
We're making them allowed to like be hit and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of famous African American was kind of trying to support those nonviolent protests? Ben, go ahead, take it.
George.
I said George.
That's okay. Martin Luther King Jr. So Ben, do you want to say a little bit about that? Talk to your group, yeah, if you want to. Jocelyn, you were going to keep going on something maybe with that?
So I'm going to add on to Jocelyn. On page 22, you can look at the picture on the top left of on January 2nd, 1965, when he was in the chapel/church. He was giving out a speech of being non-violent. So every time they hit you back, don't hit them back. Just try to prove that so the blacks are like safe and nice. Every time the white hits them, they don't fight back and they're doing the non-violent way from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speech.
Keep going, guys. Keep going, Justice.
And yeah. So every time the Martin King Jr., he always says that try not to be non-violent because he goes to the church and giving out his speech. Speech is to motivate the blacks to do what he says, so the blacks get the vote
The right to vote.
and to get their freedom.
And
that piece of-
Jocelyn, you said that it was important that they weren't violent back because
And they were going to prove that they were like trying to hit people and be fine.
how does that make you feel that white people, some white people could beat them and not get in trouble, and African Americans had to be almost like perfect? How does that make you feel?
I'm just mad.
Not fair, right? All right, why don't we, with a little bit of time, any other thoughts that people didn't get to share that they wanted to make sure they shared? Ben?
When they went to the restaurants, they were waiting until a long time until they get fed. They will go to the closing time or whenever they kick them out.
Yeah. And why do you think that was, Ben? Guys, try to, I know there's something going on out there, let's try to focus. Ben's sharing something really
Because-
important.
Because, I don't know,
Oh, sorry, Ben.
because they was treating them wrong.
Which is wrong, right? Alright, I think with second hour here starting, let's just really quick before we formally end this, let's take a look at what our goals were for this discussion.
Twinkies.
Small
Thank you, a lot of really important things were shared, a lot of passionate, comments, right, and feelings about it. Okay, so, number one, we said one of our goals was to refer to the text, how do you think we did?
Good.
Did we do a lot of that?
Yeah.
We did, I thought we did some of it, I didn't see a lot of people opening up their books too often though. And it's important to know that you don't always need to do that, but sometimes you do. So I think a goal would be to do that a little bit more. And when people are referring to the text, everyone needs to try to go there, some people weren't engaged with that at all.
I watched the video.
So could we say we did some, but could improve on that?
Yeah.
I've watched the video.
Add on to other group members' ideas. How do you think we did there?
Good.
Some of us maybe could work on that a little bit, and that will be part of our next conferring, right? But I think everyone did do that, and that's really important.
Boy, give me the law.
Explain how what you already know helped you create meaning. You guys, I think, nailed that. What do you think?
Awesome, we nailed it. We don't have to do that anymore.
Well, you always want to do that in a discussion, right? But I heard Jim Crow laws and Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and Ben mentioned the sit-ins and all these things that you guys already knew that wasn't maybe directly referenced in the book that helped you understand. That's huge. So I think you guys really nailed that.
You read a book about the, them sitting in, it was in 5th grade.
Yeah. And so that helps you understand your that. Right. Yeah. Disagree, but do so politely. A couple people definitely were, and I think we're keeping it polite. That's what's fun about a discussion. It can turn into a little debate, right? So don't be afraid to do that.
Order to the court.
All voices heard. I think we tried really hard with that, right?
When's our next?
And have fun and be passionate.
Only had one
I heard
person
some pretty
speak.
passionate ideas being shared. Thoughts on any of this? Goals for next time. What do we want to get a little better at as a group?
Sleeping.
Goals for next time. What do we want to get a little bit better at?
Have everybody speak.
Jocelyn?
Maybe not having one with
Please,
silent
what?
moments.
Working on a little bit on the silent moments? Sure. Yep. I agree, Jocelyn. To some degree though, is a little silence okay?
Yeah.
So I think what Jocelyn said was really important, not having all of them. Some of them are okay, but maybe a little less of that. Kelly?
Having, us speak publicly.
You're trying to become a little more comfortable. You guys are nervous though, right? I get that. I think we all try the best we can, but I think Kelly, that's really important to try to be comfortable sharing a little bit more. You guys shared so much more in your discussions one-on-one with me. So I know it's there, so just try to be confident, like Kelly's saying, we need to be a little bit more confident, but that takes time. And Noah, before we end this, Noah, last thoughts, goals?
I was gonna say, to make everybody talk, like,
Can we make everyone talk?
no, to
Try to
tell,
encourage it?
yeah.
Sure. Alright, Justice, I want you to hold your thought, because I need to get you guys back to class, because I gotta get to second hour. What's your question, bud?
I thought we were gonna watch the video after.
We kinda ran out of time, so we will though. Alright, guys, so next discussion will be
It's on
next, I
Thursday.
think, Thursday,
Yeah, guys did.
okay? So finish the book,